Have you ever wondered, what does it really look like to follow Jesus in my everyday life? That's what the Jesus Pattern Tool is designed to help you explore. Because being a disciple isn't just about believing what Jesus said, it's about learning to live the way that he lived. 1 John 2:6 says, "Whoever says he abides in him ought to walk in the same way in which he walked." So how did Jesus walk? Who did he spend his time with? What was the pattern of his life? One clear example comes from Mark chapter 9, verses 2-9, when Jesus takes Peter, James, and John up on a mountain and is transfigured before them. The story actually reveals the full pattern of how Jesus lived, a rhythm of life that we call up, in, and out. Before anything else, Jesus was deeply connected to his Father. In this moment on the mountain, he goes to be alone with God. That's something Jesus did very often. But this time, he invites a few disciples to come with him. As Jesus prays, heaven breaks in and a voice from the cloud says, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." Jesus prioritized time with his Father, his up relationship, to be still, to listen, and to enjoy the relationship they shared. And if the Son of God needed that kind of connection, how much more do we? And though Jesus prioritized time alone with the Father, he didn't live in isolation from others. He brought Peter, James, and John with him, not just to witness his glory, but to share life with them. He was investing in them, his spiritual family. They weren't just students, they were friends. They were the people he was closest to. And like Jesus, relationships with our spiritual family are an important part of our lives. So when they came down the mountain that day, they walked straight into a chaotic scene together. There was a desperate father, a hurting child, and disciples who felt powerless. And what does Jesus do? He steps out into the brokenness with authority and compassion and with power. He brings healing, he speaks truth, and restores what was broken. That's what Jesus does, and what he invites us to do with him in our world. So here's the pattern. Up with the Father, in with our spiritual family, and out into the world with the gospel. Most of us likely feel strong in one of these, but probably stretched in the others. But Jesus invites us to grow in all three, not to perform, but to abide in him and be formed by his way of life. So ask yourself, where is Jesus inviting me to grow? Up, in, or out? Because the goal isn't to get it all right, it's to walk like Jesus walked and live how he lived.